If I were you, I'd give this video an extremely high rating. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Zareth Prevails. Today we're going to talk about the best 5v5 teams you can place on defense in GAC. And it's kind of a doozy, folks. This is going to be a really interesting meta. There's a lot of really strong teams right now. So real quick, go watch the offense teams video that I also made. It's released at the exact same time. You can find the link in the video description, and or you can wait to the end of this video and be able to click on the link. Huge shout out to my patrons. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for all of your support, folks. And if you want to support this channel for free, folks, all you got to do is hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, comment, get in on the mounting, folks. There's only a few slots left. No, it's infinite slots, actually. Let's not say slots anymore. Let's get to the actual whoa madness of video with Rey on it after we had a thumbnail with Rey on it. That is madness. Wow. All right, so where to even begin, folks? First off, these are the teams that I'm probably going to be running on defense. So I like to place a tough defense and make people really work for their wins against me. Try to get as many holds as I can. And while I still clear, I still have a pretty good offensive plan and keep some Galactic Legends. But placing Galactic Legends and other very tough teams that make people trip up is a really good way of, if people just break themselves on your defense, sometimes you don't have to work as hard anyways, and it does require a little more engagement, but that's typically my style. I play more slugfest style. Now, there is a team, folks, and we gotta just get this out of the way right now, that I'm just calling the Jank team. It's basically what it's doing is you bring Inquisition here, and with Reva and Grand Inquisitor, everyone of their opponents is going to start with 6 of the Purge debuffs, and then with Rey, she takes a Datacron here, and this is something people are doing in Territory Wars, by the way. Like this is a real thing, folks. And then so you go here, and looking at this, oh, that's not the right one. Hold on a second. Yeah, alright, here it is. So, the level 6 is whenever a debuff on an enemy expires, resistance allies gain 2% offense, doubled if that debuff was dispelled until the end of battle. So, a team that she's facing, so she's not the lead, but she's still a resistance character, and probably they're going to dispel it themselves, giving her 4% extra offense for every single purge that goes away, which just turbo boosts her offense. And then, if you have the level 3 that gives her even more offense when she's, I feel like I'm Canadian pronouncing things this way, as her friends progress toward death, it's a very efficiency type counter, folks. And you even put Echo in, because Bad Batch Echo is less and less useful these days, and so it costs you 3 teams. You kind of don't really use Echo that much anyways, but remember, Rey is vulnerable here. She can be taken out. She'll have her Kron, which lets her revive, but she doesn't even have damage immunity because she's not the lead. So it's kind of a race. Cal is here just to keep her as living as possible. I don't know. It's kind of just a frustrating team. To be honest, I hate that it exists, and I will not be placing it. But if you could do that, then you can also place Holdo with the Finn Zori team, and it's probably a little bit better with Holdo and the Holdo Kron here instead of the Finn Kron. So you can do that. That is an option. I thought I'd throw it out there for you guys to do if you want to. I don't recommend it. That's not what I'm going to be doing. I think that Seer Malicos still beats it fairly handily, but we can't test it yet. I could be totally wrong and off on that, so no guarantees at all. This may end up just being the standard thing that people place, and we have to multi-shot or something. I don't know. But let's wait and see. So this is the team that I'm going to start with, I think. BB-8 starts, he has Foresight, so that's going to trigger the Holdo stuff a little bit more. I could probably be talked into some other team honestly, as our other character besides BB-8, but we want to maximize our resistance characters here. So, Ben is kind of included in some of the resistance stuff anyways. This team will be pretty frustrating. Holdocron and everything. This team really has teeth, folks, especially with the Omicrons on Ben, makes it pretty frustrating. So I'm really interested to see how this will all end up. I'm putting Leia down. So there's not really an off-meta counter to Leia, really. Not that many, at least. There's actually Keller and Beck can take her out. There's a few different teams, but they're all kind of expensive. And I like, is she going to just destroy everyone while she's on defense? Probably not. Probably not. And we can't even put Baze with her, even though Baze would be the best tank. But I mean, this team comp is going to annoy a lot of people. Probably just force them to use a Galactic Legend, and honestly, it can get kind of messy. So Leia's a pretty good team. I mean, even on defense, I know that CG said that thing about that she's not very good on defense. That the truth is, she's actually decent on defense. She doesn't totally suck. So you could totally use Leia here. What else? Okay, so Supreme Leader Kylo. If you have a Doubt Kron available, like, this team still is just pretty frustrating, honestly. Put the First Order Stormtrooper down with crew, and it's just fairly obnoxious. I realize some of you may want to use crew with a Seer Malicos team. I don't. If you're doing that, I mean, you do it for off. I hate Seer Malicos on defense, guys. There's so many things that kill it these days, and everyone seems to be placing it on defense. Everyone and their cat, if their cat is smart enough to play this game, which they're probably not, so that makes me a liar. But this team is just really strong on defense with crew. Without crew, all of the offensive, all the teams that can take this team out have their win percentages cut by 10% with crew there instead of some other random character. So very strong team on defense still with Doubt. People use a Galactic Legend and one-shot it probably, but unless your opponent is fairly sophisticated and can use like a Beskar Mando team to take it out, which I mean I must be fairly sophisticated if I did it once, but I've done it at least one time last season. And it was pretty cool. It still cost me a lot of banners, but most people are not going to be quite that on top of things as far as counters go. So this team will. We're placing a ton on defense, and a lot of this stuff can be beat relatively easily by a good team. However, is your opponent? Did they really bring 11 really good teams? If not, you may experience a thing where all of your Galactic Legends get one shot and it's traumatic and awful and you feel bad, and you go cry, and then you feel a little bit better, but not quite. What you'll find out later, though, is then your opponent will fail against your weaker teams because they're out of really good teams, and it's not obvious what characters or teams they should be using to counter what you've placed. And so this is just another brick on the layer of how can we just be as obnoxious on defense as possible? I mean, this team has uses on offense. It also hemorrhages banners. So having the Doubt Kron is fairly nice here because it'll help your opponent to hemorrhage banners as you steal all of their health and protection banners and then promptly die. It's nice. It feels good. You're like, oh, well, they won, but they didn't get any banners other than the win for it, which feels nice, guys. It's like, man, it feels about as good as mounting the algorithm, give or take. Okay, I don't really know what I'm gonna do with Lord Vader, guys. I've wanted to try this Thrawn with Gar and ISC and Piet. Right now, because of the Doubt Kron, the Imperial Trooper squad just really doesn't do a whole bunch. So I'm going to be putting Piet with Lord Vader. And then with Bo-Katan out there, a lot of people have Bo-Katan now, like 5,000. In fact, most of you won't see anyone with Bo-Katan this season. And she just auto-kills any Lord Vader comp, basically. But if you want to mess with her, you steal like 4 or 5 banners against a Bo team with this Lord Vader squad, then you can keep Maul for offense, which is pretty important to be able to kill other stuff, and you'll be able to, you'll steal banners, and you get one shot, but you'll draw a team that you know, is kind of designed to kill it, but also could kill something else of yours. Like, that's what a lot of people are like, oh, well, if they don't place, I don't want to place my Lord Vader because it'll just be a really easy win for such and such team. But the thing is, if you place this, then that such and such team isn't available to kill your Jedi Master Kenobi or something next to it. Like, you have to force them to make some tough decisions where it's either total overkill, like Bane will kill this team as well fairly easily, but it'll make it so that your team is able to, I mean, you're just soaking up all of the good teams, right? And this is one of those teams that's like, what am I even wasting? Like, it's just Lord Vader, a team we can't use, the Imperial Troopers, like Darth Talon's here to keep Darth Vader alive. And if they don't have Bo-Katan, this team is fairly obnoxious about stealing banners, to be honest. So have fun, get your Doubt Kron, or there's an updated like Sith Kron that gives you a boost if your opponents take damage at the start of their turn, which is basically the definition of dots, damage over times from Darth Vader and Lord Vader. And as long as Vader's alive, Darth Vader's alive, they'll continue to have a ton of dots on them. So kind of a fun interaction. I don't know which one I'm going to be using. We'll have to see. Darth Vader or Thrawn. Yeah, I'll probably use both of them this season and just experiment with, you know, can I steal 3 banners or 4? Okay, Jedi Master Kenobi. So if you have Kit Fisto and you have his Datacron, this is probably the best comp. If you don't, then I guess you could throw Mace where Fisto is, so then you have 2 tanks. Double tank on Jedi Master Kenobi is fairly obnoxious to beat. Kit Fisto, of course, gives them all guard with his Kron, and it makes them all hit a lot harder depending on what level 6 you have. This team is very strong on both offense and defense. It's going to take a lot to remove it, and so why not throw it on defense? Maybe I'll be very interested to see how Inquisition do. They'll probably do okay. I just want to see, though. I'm curious because that guard is going to do some weird stuff to some of those interactions. So yeah, we'll see. Just see General Skywalker. There's a Kron right now that as his people die, he gets like 20% more offense, so that when everyone dies, not only is he way stronger anyways because the way his kit works, he's also, the Kron gives him like even more hitting power, and then the level 6 on the Jedi Kron also gives him more hitting power. This is a fairly obnoxious squad on defense now, and my guess is that CLS may kill some of the clones, but he's not going to one-shot a General Skywalker team with a good set 14 Datacron with ramping offense for General Skywalker. So definitely look into that. You could also get more protection for this team, which is sorely needed for it. Now, okay, so the Kelleran Beck, if you don't have him unlocked, folks, or, you know, at 7-star with relics, and you don't have his Kron, whatever, then you probably just want to use the traditional Qui-Gon Jinn team for defense. Otherwise, Qui-Gon gets benched, and then we throw Mace on the team just so we have a tank. Ki-Adi-Mundi boosts the team a ton with his Zeta. They're going to do a lot of extra damage. Anakin, guys, I tested this a few times. It is completely insane, the things like Anakin just one-shots entire Galactic Legend teams except for the Legend himself. With the Kelleran Beck Kron, it's just so strong, folks. It is really, really strong. And if you want to make it even more overpowered, you could throw General Skywalker on that team. I'll probably be doing that on my alt on like my Littlest account. Because I don't have a good 501st, but I do have a relic Kenobi, or sorry, Skywalker, General Skywalker. So anyways, Kelleran Beck with his Kron. You can also keep it for offense and kill most of the Galactic Legends. You can't kill Jabba with it. I have killed Leia a few times. I've killed Jedi Master Luke a few times, Jedi Master Kenobi a few times, but on defense it's going to still do some really stupid things. You just don't, like, make sure it's all Galactic Republic Jedi, and people are really going to be struggling against this, I think. In 3s it was already tough. With more targets, a target-rich environment, it's going to be fairly obnoxious, especially with like a tank here, forcing people to kill Mace before they kill other ones. Whew. And Yoda with under Ki-Adi-Mundi's Zeta and Kelleran. This is gonna be a fun team, folks. It's gonna be really fun. Okay, so here's the Finn Zori team. I've been talking about this is the best version of the team. If you can, you don't have to put the Omicron on Rose. If you can, put it on Zori. That really does help. But this is my favorite version of it with the Finn Kron. And then, of course, if you're doing that jank, if you're janking about, then you can probably fit Holdo here instead of OG Finn or OG Poe. But yeah, this is a good team. A lot of people saying you should put it on, keep it for offense because people are using Starkiller on it. We'll see how Starkiller does, man. This team, if you can shake loose from the Starkiller influence for just a minute, this team just deletes Starkiller. That Starkiller team just goes away if you can actually shake loose a little bit. So if they play it a little bit wrong, not to mention I made my Finn fairly quick. Plus 35 speed, it's just going to be a fairly obnoxious squad, or perhaps unfairly obnoxious. Now, Inquisition, if you're going to have struggles killing Jedi Master Kenobi, folks, keep Inquisition, at least for now. That's going to be my game day decision. I don't know what we're going to do with this team for sure, probably on defense, because yes, Bane kills them dead, but Bane also kills a lot of Galactic Legends, and like we said, we're just trying to overload their defense with really good stuff. And what I found was I kept this for offense a lot last season, and I just ended up not using them at all. Like, they went a whole week without using them because no one placed Kenobi against me, and then I had better teams to tackle the other squads that I was facing, or I'd kill something that was really easy to take out and not befitting the attention of the mighty Inquisition. The Saw team with Chase, a lot of people are going to have it solved-ish, but remember, Aphra is not nearly as good as she was, when she had her Kron, and that's what people used to counter this. So this team on defense in the front-bottom zone is going to cost someone. People are going to use Galactic Legends. They're going to use something really strong to counter it. One more season of glory, folks. I like Cara Dune and Kyle Katarn here because we already used Mon Mothma to go with Leia. Mothra teams are now just basically a thing of the past at this point. The Trench Squad, people derided the Kron a lot in 3v3. I thought that it was actually really strong, even in 3s. In 5s, it's going to be frickin' obnoxious, folks. Gonna be really good. Put it on defense and watch your win count rack up. This is the other game day decision, folks. Bo-Katan is gonna kill Kenobi. She's with her Kron, gonna kill Kenobi, gonna kill Lord Vader, gonna take out a lot of different teams. She'll take out Inquisition as well. I'll probably keep either Inquisition or Bo-Katan. This team is also fairly obnoxious on defense, though. So, yeah, I would put one of those two between this squad and Inquisition, definitely on defense. Of course, if you don't have Bo-Katan and you don't have Lord Vader, you could always do a cool team with Paz and Mace. I'll be doing that with my middle account because I don't have Lord Vader or Bo-Katan yet, though I do have all the unlocks for Bo-Katan. I could unlock her once her event is available. Now, Tuskens, yes, they get pwned when they're on defense, but they can do some obnoxious things, and if you put Dowd Kron on them, they could probably steal a lot of banners against what remnants your opponent has remaining. And if you put Tuskens down, you can also put Iden down behind, because a lot of people will use Adrad to kill your Tuskens, and then they won't have something to take out your Iden, which will be a little bit sad for them. And, not everyone's going to use their Adrad to kill Tuskens, but I did a lot last season, and it was delightful. I hope a lot of people place place Tuskens against me. They're also a team that no one understands the damn mechanics of, and you'll get a lot of holds if you have a Tusken team on defense. People will just be like, I don't know how it works. Like, I'm sure CLS does. Oh, I'm dead, and it's a wonderful thing. So, anyways, what teams should be placed on defense, folks? This is a fairly obnoxious list of teams for defense, but this is an efficiency meta, and your opponent is going to be placing some really weak, stupid teams that you disrespect to the extreme, and you'll be able to take them out with your lesser squads on offense, hopefully. So, yeah, come watch me on Twitch, folks. Linked in the video description. It's free. Come watch me melt my opponents while I have this madness on defense. That all being said, folks, thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, Zareth prevails.